You've probably seen the headlines from the Elon Musk vs. OpenAI lawsuit in which Elon is suing OpenAI as well as CEO Sam Altman and President Greg Brockman over using the nonprofit AI startup to unjustly enrich themselves. However, you most likely have not seen the damning evidence provided by Elon's lawyers that detail just how egregious and obvious the conflicts of interest are that Sam Altman has gotten himself involved in. Before I get into the specifics, just remember that this is what Altman said just a couple years ago when asked if he was making money off OpenAI.
You make a lot of money, do you?
No. I paid enough for health insurance. I have no equity in OpenAI. I'm doing this because I love it.
At the time, everyone was mostly in agreement that this was obviously a lie, but there was no real solid proof back then. Well, now there is proof, and the proof reveals that Altman has personally made billions off OpenAI, despite the company being a non-profit. There's also proof that 100% of people who subscribed enjoyed being subscribed, so make sure to subscribe. Elon's lawyers had one clear goal, and that was to illustrate a pattern of Sam Altman using his position at OpenAI to boost his personal investments. It started with Greg Brockman's testimony, which was just the tip of the iceberg. During Brockman's testimony, an interesting topic came up. That topic was an AI chip manufacturing company called Cerebras. In December 2025, OpenAI signed a $10 billion compute deal with Cerebras, and announced that they were also giving the AI chip startup a $1 billion loan as well. By the time the OpenAI and Elon Musk trial started in April 2026, Cerebras' valuation had skyrocketed to $23 billion, and the company was making plans for an IPO at a $26 billion valuation. But why is this important? Well, Brockman revealed during his testimony that both him and Sam Altman have been personal investors in Cerebras since the startup was founded back in 2017, meaning their investments have appreciated greatly from then to the time that OpenAI signed a deal with the company in 2025 that helped boost its valuation to $23 billion. But it doesn't stop there. Like I already said, Cerebras was just the tip of the iceberg. Elon's lawyers questioning Brockman about Cerebras was just them getting warmed up, and they started to absolutely grill Altman when it was his turn to testify. There were 4 companies revealed by Elon's lawyers that shared 2 things in common. 1, they had struck some type of deal with OpenAI, and 2, Altman was personally invested in the company. This means that because Altman is the CEO of OpenAI, these are insanely massive conflicts of interest for him. The first company is Stripe. The payment processing software company received a $15,000 investment from Altman back in 2009, which gave him a 2% stake in the company. In 2023, OpenAI announced a deal with Stripe that would make Stripe their main payment processing platform and would facilitate all ChatGPT subscription payments. And in 2025, the 2 companies announced another partnership in which Stripe would handle all payments initiated by ChatGPT users that were using the chatbot to purchase products. Altman's personal stake in Stripe has since grown to $633 million. Moving down the iceberg, the next company is a startup called Retro Biosciences. This biotech startup received a massive $180 million investment from Altman back in 2021. In 2024, OpenAI built a custom one-of-one biology AI model for this startup. It was reportedly so effective that it gave the company a 50-fold increase in effectiveness. Elon's lawyers have labeled this self-dealing, meaning that Altman wasn't steering contracts to Retro Biosciences, but was rather using OpenAI's scientific capabilities to give the startup a massive research boost, and therefore personally boosting his own portfolio. Altman's stake in Retro Biosciences has grown to $258 million. Next up, Reddit. Altman was an early investor in Reddit, investing $60 million into the social media company back in 2021. In 2024, the 2 companies announced a partnership in which OpenAI would get direct access to Reddit's data API in order to strengthen ChatGPT's ability to understand and showcase content from Reddit. Reddit, in turn, got access to OpenAI models that helped bring new AI-powered features to the social media site. When Reddit went public in 2024, Altman's stake was worth $613 million. Court documents reveal that he has since sold off his entire stake in the company. And finally, the most lucrative conflict of interest for Altman, Helion Energy. Helion Energy, a fusion energy startup, received a $375 million investment from Altman in 2021, which gave him roughly 33% of the outstanding shares. In March 2026, OpenAI and Helion announced a massive partnership in which Helion would supply 5 gigawatts of electricity to OpenAI by 2030, scaling to 50 gigawatts in 2035. This is an absurd amount of electricity, and the deal has helped Helion skyrocket in valuation. Court documents reveal that Altman's stake in the startup is now worth $1.65 billion. So, you can now see how Altman is indirectly using OpenAI to massively enrich himself. These 4 companies I've talked about alone provide $3.15 billion of net worth for Sam Altman, which makes up the overwhelming majority of his Forbes estimated $3.4 billion net worth. It's no question that the deal struck with OpenAI by Stripe Retro Biosciences, Reddit, and Helion Energy, all while Altman has been CEO, have massively helped Altman attain this net worth. Let me know what you think about this situation, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on all things business, finance, and technology.